no other company in the region that does what we do at SportsMax, as we lead the charge ensuring premium exclusive content is delivered to our consumers at any time, anywhere, and on any device. Our team is passionate, driven, loves sports and entertainment, and places emphasis on high quality with great attention to detail at the forefront. We have developed, honed, and perfected skills pertaining to live production, content creation, and distribution locally, regionally, and internationally, remaining the undisputed home of champions.
Back here on the SportsMax Zone.
Let's get ready to rumble.
12 rounds of boxing for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Introducing.
Yeah, man.
All right, so on Thursday, SportsMax staff, former shareholders, and our corporate friends and partners gathered at the Pegasus Hotel in New Kingston to celebrate our 20th anniversary. Let's hear from some of the big names who turned out.
Again, congratulations on the first 20 years. And I'm a guy always who wake up in the morning and look at it like this is the first day of the rest of my life. So what about the next 20 years? What do you want? The next 20 years is going to be different. And I want SportsMax to arrive to the 21st century. And Digicel, with its investment, substantial investment, not just in content, but in a completely new technical infrastructure, what Newton was referring to, want to bring SportsMax there. We are very, very proud, not just to be part of this journey, not just be the supporter of this, but develop this business further to be a real media house and not just in sport, but from this week programming 10 more channels.
Now, one of the men who started SportsMax 2 decades ago, Chris Daring, says not even he could have foreseen the company developing to this level.
I'd like to believe, or I'd like to be able to tell a story that it was a well thought out business plan with market research and so on, and it has all come to fruition, but that's not how it goes. We're just all very passionate sports fans, wanting to see sports that we just were not getting in the Caribbean at the time, and it just turns out to be a great business decision.
Also turning out was our founding CEO, Oliver McIntosh.
Time flies, and to think about where SportsMax started from to where it is today, quite amazing. And I think that this is testament to the commitment from the team that started on Holborn Road to where we are now on Chalmers. It's all about family, team, and a commitment to making SportsMax get to where it's at.
Whittaker, I was looking at one of the one of the lower thirds as we heard from Oliver McIntosh, and before him, George Zembri, the Digicel CEO. And the fact that SportsMax can lay claim to being the leading content producer in the Caribbean, for me, that is outstanding. Think of the numerous media houses in the Caribbean doing all sorts of things, and they don't produce the amount of content that we do. I think that alone tells you what we are and the position that we hold in this part of the world.
Yeah, and George, two things very important coming out of this celebration. The founding members of SportsMax making it so clear that when SportsMax started in 2002, none of them would have envisioned SportsMax being where it is now. I came here in 2010, and while it was a growing company in 2010, I must say where we are now, 12 years later in 2022, is beyond what I had expected when I came here in 2010. So it's a project that has everyone involved completely satisfied. Not that you're not inspired to take it further, but the achievement is undeniably impressive from SportsMax, given where we started, where we were midstream, and where we are in 2022?
When someone asked me last night about the start of my association, and they said, "Oh, you were here since 2016."
Not quite.
I was about to say yes, and then I said no,
Yes.
because 2016 is when I joined full time.
Yes.
But I came here. It may have been, Lance, maybe 2000. The first time I did something with SportsMax may have been 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, that would have been like a year after I left university. And
06.
yeah, 06. And the thing is this, I came to SportsMax, well, I still think it's by a lot more than anything else in terms of
Yes.
a friend of mine
Yes.
who was a producer here wanted someone to do some commentary, and she asked me. No, at that time, I was in the infancy of developing the George Davis brand, if there is even such a thing, yeah? And this wasn't a friend that I called every day, saw, often spoke to. I'll tell you, I'm happy I have the chance to say it here. Her name, of course, Kifra Solomon, one of the foundation producers here. And when she asked me, I said, "Kifra, are you sure?" She said, "Yeah, George, I mean, you can do it." I said, "Kifra, but I've never done these things on TV before." She said, "Yeah, but you can do it." No matter what excuse, she said, you know how she is, very direct, yeah? Blunt, yeah? So she said, "No, you'll be fine, just come." And the thing is this.
And this was when, 05?
Yeah, 06, I think.
06.
And I knew her, as I said, from primary school. She was in primary school proper. I was in infant school. So I may have been in grade 1 when she was in grade 5 or grade 6. And then after she left primary school, I saw her once in high school. I think she went to Holy Childhood. I saw her once in Spanish Town, and we said hi. And I'd never seen her after that, never spoken to her. So we're talking about a gap of 12 plus years, not speaking, not seeing. And she just called me out of the blue and asked me. And that's when my first association. I've been here for many firsts. I was saying to Michael Edwards or Steven Spielberg or director extraordinaire, Lance, we came here to do the Sochi Winter Olympics. That would have been 2014, correct?
Yes.
2014.
2014, I think, yeah.
We were sat outside the studio with SportsMax's first ever drone. And he was playing with it, you know, and manipulating it and everything. The first ever one. Yeah. Now a drone to SportsMax is like a pencil in an office. There are so many of them of different kinds, you know.
Commonplace.
It's common.
Yeah, just quickly before we talk a little bit more about what happened last night, you just triggered something for me there when you said your first outing with SportsMax was 06. Mine was 06 as well. Although I was working in Barbados at the Caribbean Media Corporation, SportsMax were carrying the Trinidad and Tobago send-off match to the 2006 World Cup. Yes, it would have been at the National Stadium in
Trinidad.
Port of Spain,
Spain,
the Aisley Crawford Stadium. I think they were playing Peru.
Yes.
And they wanted a commentator. I skipped over from Barbados to TNT to do commentary on that game. And it's so it's so significant that when I look back, Brent Sancho was playing at the time. Latipi and York were given a send-off because that was seen as their last international at home, their home international, because they were getting ready to go to Germany. So that was actually the first time I did anything with SportsMax when I came here in 2010 as staff.
Listen, I know our producer wants us to talk about the party last night. We're going to get there quickly. But I remember that when I started, and I mean, it was shaky at the start because I'd never done this before. I wasn't trained in TV because I didn't study media and communication and anything like that. And Lance, it was very important for me because I went home and I said to myself, no, I have to get myself in shape so that when these people call, whenever they call, that I am ready. And I worked very hard at developing that side. And I'm very happy for that experience. Also, when you consider that the first time I met you, yeah, you had asked me to, it may have been something racing-wise, you had asked me to voice something. Yeah. And I did a presentation on camera. Yeah. And the only thing you said to me, you said, Lance is not going to say, oh, you were rubbish, or oh, you were very good. You won't get that. You'll get, some diplomatic speak. So he said to me, so I said, of course, I'm looking feedback all the time because I want to know what to improve on because I'd never done something like this before. So I said, yeah, man, it's all right, man. you kind of move your head too much when you talk, but apart from that, yeah, it's all right. Lance, I took that to heart meaning in the right way.
Yes.
So I went and I would get my script and I'd use my mirror at home and I'd practice simulating presentation and I'd make it a conscious effort to not move as much as I did because you said I moved too much.
Yeah, but that was because of the presentation that you were doing.
Yes.
On this show, movement is fine.
Movement is fine.
Yeah, but you were presenting as an anchor, so there was a little bit more need to be steadier.
Yes. Which is what you were saying.
Yes.
And that was the advice.
Okay, George, I hear you.
People go to spend millions of dollars and go to university for people to tell them that.
Yes.
We were on the just outside where the patio where we have lunch, and that's where we were, and you were. It's all right, you just move too much. And you may have thought that it was something insignificant. To me, it was like golden advice. And I went home and I practiced day after day after day after day. Anyway, let's talk about the party on Thursday night.
Oh, well, Macaroni was the star, was he?
You mean Ravioli? There he is in the red shirt beside the CEO. The CEO is in the yellow jacket.
Yes.
Ravioli is in the red shirt and the striped jacket. Tanya Lee is there. Lance is there. Monique Williams. There's Short Boss, Andrew Daly from Master Control, Mariah, of course, Miss Ramarak, the lady, Jerome Larmond, Newton Robertson at the back, and that's Ranz in the blue suit. Monique.
I was a late addition to this group, George, because I was sitting down having a chat with Danielle Dowie.
I saw you.
Who looked smashing last night.
She did look smashing.
And I was interrupted.
Yeah, but because
I was asked to join this group.
Who interrupted you, lads?
George Davis. George who was the MC.
No, but you spent a lot of time there. You didn't give any of us a chance to get across and talk
sing
to
it, George.
Oh, he was brilliant. He was brilliant.
Oh, Taurus Riley was brilliant.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, and it's funny. All week last week, I was singing "She's Royal."
Yes.
Coming into this,
not knowing that
Taurus Riley would be on the show.
Yeah, this was very good. Do we have any of the dancing, Mr. Producer? Do we have ravioli on the dance floor with?
I suspect, George, that may not be fit for airplay. I suspect so.
Oh, well. Oh, there's Marianne Platt. There's our Platt, folks. In case you wanted to know, that's the great R. Platt we talk about every day. Yeah? Mariah. Yeah?
Mariah looked as if she was trying to escape.
She was trying to hide. Yeah, she was trying to hide. When she saw the other camera come, she took herself away very, very quickly. But yeah, so the vibe.
It was a fun night, though. I pretty much enjoyed it.
I thought
it was really good to be around, everyone, including people who aren't at SportsMax anymore, but were such a significant part of the growth of the company.
Absolutely so. Yeah, it's wonderful. Nostalgia, reminiscing, always good. All right, take a break, come back with more.
Obama a champion, Mandela a champion, Serena a champion, Wendy a champion, Shelly a champion, 958, Bolt a champion. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows it.
Thank you for watching SportsMax on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and to click the notification bell to stay informed.